Hello everybody, and welcome to this Project Zomboid tier list. So we're going to be ranking all the occupations, and let's just get right into it. So the first one here we have is the nurse. Nurse is pretty bad. You don't really need first aid, and the light-footed is very okay. Not much to be said. I believe this is a construction worker. This is okay if you want to start building, but I'm going to put it right here before nurse. Construction is a little more useful than first aid, so it could probably be B tier, but we're just going to keep it there for now. Might even move a nurse down. And then this here is a police officer. This is a pretty good choice. It gives you aiming, gives you reloading. Both are hard to get skills. It's very point efficient, also gives you nimble. I'm actually going to bump this up to A because it's pretty good. This here is Park Ranger. This is a pretty solid choice. Gives you foraging, lets you run through trees pretty fast. Very cheap. Overall, very good choice. I would put that up into A. This here is Engineer. Gives you pipe bombs. These are just a gimmick. They are not very good. Engineer is expensive. It gives you electric, which also isn't very good. I hope that we'll see a rework for this soon, but until then, it's gonna go into C tier. It's a little better than nurse. I'd say probably, yeah, worse than construction worker. Here we have farmer. That goes straight into F tier. There's food all over the place. Farming is not hard to level at all. And here we have, I believe this is Handyman. This one gives you maintenance, which is very hard to find. Personally, I don't like it because maintenance is a good one to spec into, but you get it passively anyway. And other than that, it really doesn't offer anything, so I'm going to put it in a B. Now we have Lumberjack, which is my personal favorite, so just gonna slap that bad boy right into S. So the reason this is an S is because this is the only occupation that buffs combat in a way that you can't get. So you can swing your axes super fast, and yeah, you know, all you really need is axes, and that's it. You know, if you have an axe, you're really set to go with this bad boy. You get a foraging buff, it's got all sorts of things. Now we have security guard. I used to think this one was super good, but then I realized that it doesn't seem like the night owl trait really does much, if at all. You know, wakeful is actually really good, whereas the security officer occupation, the night owl trait, it doesn't really do much. So it's cheap, so I'll put it into B tier, but it's not really a very good choice. Next we have, I believe this is the fire officer. This one is pretty good. You get fitness, you get sprinting, you get, I believe you can get strength as well. You don't really get anything extra, but it gives you a mixture of really great choices. So if you're just looking for a generalist build, it's also very cheap. So I'm gonna slap it into A tier. It's one of the better choices. Here we have fisherman, same story with farmer. I'll put it above farmer because fishing is more annoying to level than farming in my opinion, but it's 8th K, so it's debatable. But you know, both aren't very difficult to level. Both are just, you know, you're just getting food. It's like there's food all over the place, and you know, it's like you can forage for food. It's like food isn't a big concern. You know, you're the food that needs to be concerned. No, next we have metal worker. This is probably the worst one in the game, I would say. It's not very good either. Metalworking isn't bad, but it's kind of bugged, and it's kind of overkill, and it's like there's not really a lot of very useful stuff. I mean, it's like it's nice to level it up faster, but you know, metalworking is it needs some like weapons or something to make it better. Now we have Doctor. Doctor is also going to. Oh, metalworker is also expensive. Doctor is also pretty bad. That is going into F tier because unlike nurse actually gives you like a little something light-footed. Doctor just gives you like first aid, short blade, nothing that you couldn't get from other traits that are better, and It's just, you know, you don't get any foraging bonuses, you don't get anything. At least with these, you can like get some foraging bonuses, but Doctor is just an exceptionally bad choice. Next we have Mechanic. So you can do anything to a car without being a mechanic. Mechanics is a very slow skill, but you know, you can set up a junkyard and level it up, and it won't be too bad. I'll put it into C tier, only because mechanics is a very slow skill to level. I would even say it's worse than nurse. I would say maybe this is a hard one. I would say at least engineer gives you like pipe bomb, and electrical is kind of useful, but not really. Probably going to see a little bit more of these C tiers. Here we have electrician. Similar story with engineer. The only really reason to pick this, I guess, is if you're going to be illiterate and you want to use generators. So, I mean, that's decent, but there's still better builds in my opinion. So that will go, I'm going to put it into F tier. Electrician's pretty bad. Here we have, I believe this is Handyman. So, oh, I believe I got that mixed up. I believe this is construction worker, and this is Handyman. Construction worker actually is around B tier too. If this is Handyman, yeah, this is going to go into B tier for the maintenance skill. So if this is construction worker, I'll probably put this over here. So probably in C tier for like the carpentry stuff, if you like want to do a lot of carpentry, I guess. But, yeah. Next we have Burglar. So this is a fan favorite, a favorite amongst, I would say, the noobs. Burglar is very expensive. Hot wiring, if you know what you're doing, is very easy to get, even within the first day or two if you really want to rush it. Car keys are not very hard to find. So, I mean, you know, you get some nimble, you get some light-footed. Those are both nice, but for the price you pay, it's going in low B tier for Burglar. B for Burglar. Chef. So you don't really get much here. You get some cooking, you get some foraging bonuses. It's not a very good choice. I would say, I believe it's cheaper than Fisherman and these two, so low C, probably even like F. You know, you could put it somewhere around here. So I'll just go with I'll go with F because I don't think we're going to see more Fs. So on to actually these are my favorites. These last few here. So veteran. Veteran gives you desensitized, which in my opinion is very underrated. Beta blockers, you can find them all over the place. They're not too hard to find. But they're pretty annoying to be popping all the time, and Veteran will ensure you just never panic, which, you know, panic makes you lose DPS and stuff. It's not really great. So if you're somebody who doesn't like to panic, and also you like to use guns, you know, Veteran also gives you a foraging bonus, whereas Police Officer does not. So Veteran is the premium the premium Police Officer. That's going up into S tier. I would say Lumberjack is better, but Veteran is better for everything else besides axes. Next we have Fitness Instructor. This one is pretty good. You could take very underweight, you could take whatever, and the extra fitness and strength will really help you out. You know, it's like you never want to skip leg day in the zombie apocalypse. So yeah, that's going into A tier. It's a pretty good choice. Next we have Burger Flipper. This one is pretty good. You know, you get a tasty burger, you get some maintenance most importantly, and it's cheap. The meek will inherit the earth and whatnot. So that's going into B for Burger Flipper. Pretty solid choice. Next we have Unemployed. So this is really, it's just build your own class. So compared to a lot of these, I would say Unemployed is, the best B tier, in my opinion, because it lets you build the way you'd like to build, whereas Burger Flipper, you're expecting a little into cooking and stuff. Burglar, it's too expensive, whereas Unemployed, you get 8 points. Yeah, all these I would say are worse than Unemployed. And that's it. I hope you liked my occupation tier list. I hope you do the best thing possible for you and make yourself a lumberjack build, make yourself a veteran build, and you know, enjoy the maxes, enjoy being desensitized to the zombie apocalypse. That or don't skip leg day. Peace.